Hello, this is Vance, and this is Tuesday, April the 11th, 2017. These are the CL trades for today using the slow method for price action. This was my pre-market bite this morning. I talked about this, talked about this channel up here and down below, and that prices really have one of two choices. Either they can go higher or they can go lower. And, you know, I talked about this morning. And the thing is that one of the two things, what's the most likely scenario to take place? Are prices going to go higher from here, or are they going to go lower from here? And really, you have to wait in the open. Now, this was probably about 8:35, somewhere in that neighborhood when I did this video. So I was waiting for the open to see what transpired. How's price going to react to this area, and how's price going to react here prior to it? I mean, price, if it continues to go up, then I'm going to probably look for maybe either a pullback or a long. If it goes in the other direction, I'm going to look at where it's going to find support. Is it going to be down here? Is it going to be a more median area of support? To keep in mind that, you know, even though we have these overnight lows down to this area, it is in the overnight. And as soon as the regular trading hours kick in, when you get all that volume coming into the New York market, things can change very rapidly. So, I mean, you have to look at where prices were. I look at where prices are based on what the overnight price action has been. But I'm not really going to hold fast to it until such time as I can see what the first half hour time is going to be, or really right at the open. So I want to see where the tendencies are. As I was saying this morning, is that right now, at this time, price is really kind of hugging close to this top. So I don't know what's going to transpire until really very close to 9 o'clock. So what did occur? Well, I showed you a demonstration trade this morning, and let's get rid of this for a second. I'll pull this out. Okay, so this is the rest of the day, and after this area. So the area that I was pointing out with originally on that chart was really up here, and it was in these right at this area. Now, the discussions that I was having with regard to where price was going to go was really in this area right here. Okay. Now, what time was that? Well, that time was, I was discussing this area. It was at 8:37. Now, what transpired? What transpired is price came back down to this area, really found support here, and this is 9 o'clock. So my reasoning for that was to get in on this trade low enough because I'm thinking price is going to retest. I didn't think this was high enough for a retest. Well, I didn't think it was anyways. I thought that price was going to kind of work its way back up for two reasons. Number one, getting in here, I'm still below this area right here. It's 15 ticks, so I've got enough room below here, if this is in fact the new bottom, and it's right at the open. So there's going to be volume coming in, and I'm going to see whether price is going to go higher or not. And you saw what occurred. I got the first contract off, and that was it. They turned over, and it took my other two contracts out here. Now, I have to do a reset. Reset means that when price comes on, where's the new low? It breaks through this bottom area, what I thought was going to be intermediate support, blows through here, and then firms up down in this area. So this, I looked at this as a long, right in this area. There's a bit of a problem here, though. The idea is that if I get in on this trade here, this is where the previous support, which may turn into resistance, is going to be, and it's a pretty strong bar considering you've had these overlap. This is maybe just a quick blast coming in. So this is really a second entry long, but it failed. In other words, price comes down first time, fails second time. You get in on this trade, and it hesitates, moves up higher, but it fails right at this level, comes back down. So this really turned out to be a scratch trade. I didn't get in on this one, this short, even though it's a second entry short, and it would have worked out. I wasn't looking at shorts today. I thought more along the lines that we're going to retest these areas. Now, again, this is kind of a downtrend, but am I holding real firm to this? I'm thinking more along the lines of where price is going to migrate to. Price does come back down, and now we get into this sideways action, more like a spike in channel. We don't have any follow through to the low. So you can see this is the first entry, pulls back, second entry long right here. Maybe it was a little too early. You could have gotten in long here, but you would have held through this stuff. I probably would have scratched this one, but then it turns around again. So this is really like a third entry long. Like price pulls back first time, second. my idea is that price isn't going to get any further down. And so getting long here, it took a while to work out 15 ticks. If you broke to break even, depending where you got in, you would have probably your price would have broken even on this trade, because it does push up over and above this. Now, I don't think that this particular trend is really applicable at this point in time. And I don't think that this is a real trend down. I think really you have to look at, I'm really more inclined to look at the north-south action as far as pricing is concerned. More along the lines of how it looks on the tape or how it looks on the DOM, the depth of market. You're looking at maybe more so where prices are moving up and down. Now, again, another trade here, and this is your 15 tick stop box. So if you look at 15 ticks, any of these trades gives you is below the previous low. The better, the earlier you can get in a trade like this to get to determine where your target is going to be, the better it's going to be. And so, even though this would have worked out. You know, you get in on this trade, you can see it took a while to work out. Even if you were ahead by 10 ticks, it doesn't get to 10 ticks till about here, by the way. And even if you move to break even and move its way up, could have gotten shaken on this bar. But the point that I'm trying to make is that this looks like this is developing support. This is a first time, second time, third time. These are testing, and yet it can't go down any further. I'm not saying that it can't possibly collapse, but this turned out to be the trade of the day right here. In fact, when price did move up, it started to gather more support, tried to pull back, second entry long right here, first entry, second entry. There's a second entry short that's failed. It's a failed second entry short right in this one. Second entry long that turns into a second entry long. And when price moves up, this happened very quickly. This is from 1223, 1228, 5 minutes. It runs up somewhere in the neighborhood of close to 35 ticks in less than 5 minutes. And so when it spikes up here, now we're looking at more, maybe the energies in the market. We're looking at another long. And I showed a demonstration on the trade right here that just got 15 ticks. That took a while to work out. This is really at the close, turns over, and you can see we bounce back up here after the close. Don't know that was going to happen, but of course it does not know where we're going to go for the overnight. So really, there was a couple of shorts here. I mean, especially on this one, but I wasn't really too keen on it. If you look at overall, this is where 9 o'clock opens. You can see, yes, we had a couple of slashes down, but this is really like moving sideways. And except for this, really this move earlier in the day from 10 o'clock on, price really had upward momentum. And so whatever transpired from that standpoint, and if you look at the ES, same kind of thing. Well, the ES, the market it started down lower and then kind of turned around. It was a pretty big move. I think it was down 10 handles from somewhere in the neighborhood of 930 when it opened up. It was down 10 points, and then turned around and almost came back to where the opening price was by the end of the day. So that increase in the dip and the retracement of the ES, very similar to what happened on the CL. Price moved down from near the open, it moves down, and then gathers it all back up in the other direction. Anyway, I hope I gave a couple of demonstration trades. I didn't show this one. I wasn't recording on this particular trade, but I recorded on the first one. I recorded on this one because it was the last in the day. Wasn't a lot of trades today. I mean, this one I got shaken out on. I think I wasn't in right away, and when it came back, it kind of took me out, and so I wasn't in on it early enough. But I really got back in on here, so that would turn out to be a pretty decent trade. I wasn't short. I didn't short here. I didn't short this one because I was in long from this one, so I don't do the reversal thing. I mean, of course, and I wasn't really expecting it to. I thought maybe this was going to be the bottom, and it wouldn't afford me enough room. I mean, the stop was fine, but the target had to be below the previous low, and I didn't see that as occurring. But it did happen, and then turned over and went down even further. In fact, I think it was really kind of like a measured move, like moved down here the first time, pulls back, and then like really it did turn out to be a measured move. So there was 2 legs down, but that second leg was kind of falls short a little bit, and then started to spike and channel and then moved up. So it was pretty decent. This is reversal, but again, anytime you take a reversal like this, or if you think it's a reversal, it's really more like a bottom of a range. And so you're looking at limiting in. It's like a kind of a tight range, and I guess that's the best way to look at it, especially when you markets move in the ranges. I mean, CL in particular, any market, it's either going to be in a trend or it's in a range. So what was it today? It was really like a range day. And then we had a couple of rapid trends moving up here. I mean, you can't call this a trend. It was really like an emotional move. Very strong, very quickly, and then sideways action. Very strong, very quickly, sideways action. So that's really that's actually the hallmark of the CL. There's no other market except maybe gold that moves quite like that. So that's it for today. This is Vance. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Get in touch with me, slowhandmethod@gmail.com. Bye for now.